proposal, Mr. Speaker, to collect 2,500 shillings and targeting 3 million Kenyans. Mr. Speaker, that is collecting 7.5 billion shillings a month. Honorable Speaker, 7.5 billion shillings a month. If this money was proposed to be put in education, which is an area that most of our people are in need of, if this 7.5 billion shillings was put in education, I would gladly contribute 2,500 shillings. And Mr. Speaker, the impact that that money would have, 7.5 billion, if that money was given to 290 constituencies, which these members of parliament represent, each constituency will get over 25 million shillings a month. Cost of producing food will be low, food will be adequate, people will have a lot of energy, but they will not have shelter. And that is what we are saying today, Honorable Speaker. That it is important for us to pass this finance bill as far as if there is nothing else that we need to be thinking about, then let's think about this housing thing. I imagine back in my area, and I keep saying this, that Gusti, Honorable Speaker, is turning to be a village slum. There is no land, but there are some pieces of land owned by government. And that is what you want to make use of. How does a government that says we are short of money explain why you must create offices that we do not need? You do not need the office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary. You do not need all the 24 cabinet offices. The Constitution allows you a minimum of 14. You do not need over 51 principal secretaries. You do not need over 50 CSS. And all this are taking public money. If you say, and it is unfortunate that a member of parliament should seek to mislead the public by saying that members of parliament already get money for houses, that is not true, because it is a loan that we pay at 3%. But if that is your position, then take away that free house, because we don't have it.
And looking at the report, they are telling us they are going to build 50,000 affordable housing. I would like to ask these honorable members and the chair of this committee, have you given us the timeline of this proposed affordable housing? What is the budget, Mr. Speaker? How many Kenyans are they going to be occupied in these 50,000 houses out of the 50 million Kenyans we have?
Mr. Speaker, how then do we raise these programs, Mr. Speaker, and all the people of Kenya, regardless of where they live, whether they live in Assimil zones, they require roads, they require medicine, they require fertilizer, they require programs to lift their lives. How else do we finance and grow the economy of this country? The people of Kenya must be able to sacrifice a little bit so that we can finance our programs, finance our budget, using our own resources, not the resources borrowed from the white people, Mr. Speaker. Enough is enough. We must grow our economy using our own resources.
We need to raise more taxes ourselves as a country and borrow less, so that by doing that, we are able to actually allocate money to core sectors of the economy. In fact, the question we should be asking ourselves are questions on accountability, are questions on austerity measures, are questions on how do we fight corruption.
I agree also with my chairman of budget. That budget must be financed. But the timing is bad, Mr. Speaker. As we speak today, Kenyans cannot afford 3 meals per day. They are taking 2-meal breakfast and supper, and some are only taking 1 meal. Therefore, if you increase any tax, actually the government is not going to realize the objective, because the purchasing power has gone down. So even if you say you are paying 16%, people will no longer use their vehicles. People will use matatu. It means the vehicles will be parked at home. Therefore, you'll be collecting less revenue.
Honorable Speaker, on the housing levy, Honorable Tiende brought the element of it being a county function. And I think we consider that seriously. But I wanted also to say something, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, in addition to the fact that this is a county thing, it is not defined clearly how you will benefit out of your contributions into this levy. And I think in as much as some people may want to push it, let us define. If it were not a tax, Honorable Speaker, it would define how you benefit.
You leave it for NHIF, NSSF, and others, but you can benefit. How are you benefiting directly on this? If you are not, Honorable Speaker, I fear we may be going into violation of Article 40 on people's property rights.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm surprised to see the Azimio coalition starting up and going against today's finance bill. Yet all the time we see the government officers visiting their areas. Every started up with a mic to request for a load. Another one requesting for the installation of electricity in their rural areas, the constituencies. They also speak a lot about the health. They speak a lot and to so many other areas. My question today, how do we finance for all the requests that you put?
They have imposed an excise duty on human hair, wigs, false beards, eyebrows, eyelashes, artificial nails. Mr. Speaker, these people have a bone to pick with poor Kenyans. They don't want our women to be beautiful.
Honorable Speaker, through the same revenue, we have been able to add Kenya shillings 10 billion to NTCDF, Honorable Speaker, where every constituency will be receiving 25 million to 45 million, depending on the formula, in the next financial year.